This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Operation Decommission. It was written by Thomas Grooms, who is also our game handler, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Tyler Hudak as his character, Agent Genome. Before we begin, we have a new patron. PC Bill B has pledged €5 a month to our club. Thank you so much, PC Bill B. So without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Tyler?
All right. Field report. Saturday, June 13th, 1998, Agent Genome reporting. I thought I'd be able to catch up on work this week. Unfortunately, not. Yesterday, I received a summons for a mission using an old and dated code. This led me to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I rendezvoused with Agents Graves and Griffin at a house that was for sale. After the real estate agent left, we entered and found Agents Largo and Lucid from L Cell, along with our handler, Clarice. The need for 2 cells and old codes was quickly made apparent. Clarice informed us our mission was to investigate a suspected Majestic 12 communications facility in Detroit, Michigan. She had already sent one of L Cell, Agent Loophole, there a little while prior and had heard no contact. Our mission was to find Loophole and take the facility out of commission. Clarice was concerned about a potential leak of information, which is why she was using old codes. We were ordered to maintain radio silence and use no electronics. On the way to Detroit, we stopped in Toledo, Ohio at a green box. We ended up arming ourselves and avoiding being blown to bits by a safe rig with explosives. We also left the covered art piece alone, although I admit I'm curious what it was. We made base at the Lamplighter Inn, and G-Cell immediately went out to recon the communications facility. No power lines going in, no utilities, and no clues as to what's going on. It likely has some floors underneath, which means there may be other ways in. We also saw a homeless guy wandering near, which was a little suspicious. When we got back to the hotel, we learned of the first fatality of the mission, the bug-up Agent Largo's ass. Seriously, what's wrong with that guy? He blew a gasket because Graves took a piss down the street from the facility so we could get a better look. Probably just nerves, but at least our cell isn't missing someone already. Anyhow, the next day G-Cell dug up some information on the facility. The facility itself was a used car dealership until '56 and is owned by Royalty Realtors out of Florida. When we searched the address, our computer flickered. Not a good sign, and we turned it off and got out of the cyber cafe we were in. L-Cell went into the airport hangar across the road from the facility and found Loophole's hangout, complete with some notes describing a van delivering something and some neighborhood residents removing garbage bags from the facility. L-Cell also caught a glance of the neighbors, 2 women and a kid leaving the facility. Maybe it's a regular occurrence. While Largo continued to look at Loophole's stuff, Lucid went toward the facility and saw the homeless guy. To see if it was Loophole hiding, Lucid gave him a bottle of water, but the guy cut Lucid's hand. Never a dull moment on a mission.
All right, thank you. So yeah, you look down Agent Lucid and your hand's bleeding a bit. Nothing, serious, not like a razor would have cut you or something, but definitely maybe a long fingernail has sliced through your skin. The homeless man who's you think is a middle-aged, maybe African American male, not Loophole. Um, Again, dressed in very oversized clothes, very tattered. He smells really bad, but let's have a POW roll.
Yes, sounds good. How 60, and I got a 35.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you're just bleeding a little bit, and he takes that water, he looks at you up and down, and takes his cart and just starts to walk away.
Okay. Okay. Do I go back to Largo and report this, or do I go connect to G Cell? I was supposed to report to them. There's no time to lose. You know what? I'm going to get to G Cell. Largo knows what he's doing. And I will try to make my way to the car. I'm going to watch to see if I'm being followed, watch to see if there's anyone else looking, um, and get out of there. That shook me up. I was ready to bet everything on that being loophole, just kind of even from the state of the room that he had been staying in. I was thinking that, okay, that was almost a squalor that would fit this disguise. So yeah, I'll head to the vehicle, and then I think we were gonna meet at the motel, so I'll head that direction.
All right, Giselle, you're kind of scattered. It didn't take you long. There wasn't a lot of information to gather about this place. I'm assuming it's about probably lunchtime. Are you meeting at the hotel?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
So you're there in the hotel.
Genome, Griffin, what do you guys think about all of this? Seems like a pretty raw deal.
I really want more intel on what we're going to encounter, but I don't know how to get it right now.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned how we're actually supposed to get into this place. It's not impenetrable, but if we want to maintain operational security and be hidden, it's not going to be easy.
I don't even know if it's possible right now.
Yeah, hopefully, LCell, finds something that will let us get a hint. Otherwise, I mean, I'm thinking maybe we need to just, do a sewer run and see if there's any like tunnels from the sewer into there. It's not going to be pleasant, but I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Got to do what we got to do. So,
Yeah.
Denny's for lunch?
Always.
Great.
Are you leaving a note or just
We'll wait for
Okay.
till the time. Yeah.
I'm going to assume Lucid will make it there. I'll jump to Largo real quick to see what he is doing.
Well, is there a pair of binoculars that are still here?
Yes.
I'll probably pull up a chair, sit by the window, and keep an eye on the thing. I hope that Loophole shows up.
Okay.
But you said there was evidence that he hadn't been here in a couple of days.
Right.
So, but it doesn't look like people went through all of the stuff. So I assume that this is still a hiding place. So I will spend a couple of hours watching to see if anything happens.
All right. We'll jump in. Lucid will be there. Oh, it doesn't take long. So
Yeah.
you're about 1 o'clock. Getting hungry. Largo's
Yeah.
not there.
Lucid will
Lucid.
come. Hey, how are you guys doing?
You
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah,
How's
yeah. Sorry, I got a couple Kleenexes here over my wrist. I had the opportunity to make contact with the man you guys saw last night. It is not Loophole, but the guy scratched me, and I'm just gonna see. I think there's any rubbing alcohol or something in there, or hand sanitizer.
Well, you're a paramedic, so I suspect you
Oh
have.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
I was waiting
yeah.
to see if you were going to clean that up. So
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Once I can, yeah, give me a few minutes if you guys want to go to lunch or just wait a minute here. I just got to do a quick look at this. I don't want to get infected. The guy, if he was carrying anything close to how he smelt, then I could be in danger here.
yeah, it was
So,
already red. It's already sore.
oh God. Um, I hope if it gets to the point where I have to give myself an IV or something, then that'll compromise my ability to participate in the mission. So I'm going to try to clean it and put some salve on it, some polysporin, and wrap it up the best I can. And
Yeah, no roll. I mean, you're fine. You know what you're
okay,
doing.
yeah.
An easy cleanup. Out in a few minutes.
So Largo's on site. We found the place where we believe Lupo had been staying. Found a journal. It doesn't look like he'd written in it after Tuesday.
Wednesday.
So what's oh sorry Wednesday. He wrote Tuesday and Wednesday reports, and then after that, and so I will explain to them the notes that he took, and Largo stayed in there. Largo has binoculars, and he's maintaining a watch over the place. We think at least for the time it was undetected by them, but with no sign of Loophole himself, there's not a lot more we can tell. I think he's waiting for us to show up and relieve him at some point, but we might as well get lunch. I'd love to hear what you guys got. I we may We're still feels like I'm not sure of our path of ingress here, but we may have to figure out our angle. There is a possibility if this guy was part of them, then maybe I've been made now too. We don't necessarily know that you guys are made or not, or have been noticed. And maybe I still haven't been, but
I mean, at this point, the only thing we know for sure is that we don't know shit. We know it's a building. There's a homeless guy near it, and you said you found where Loophole was held up, but
yeah, he was watching, and he's seen people go in and out. So they have a wagon, and it's strange. It's nothing that specifically.
How many people going in and out?
2 adults and a child. 2 women and a small child show up with a wagon, and yeah, I know the from what we can tell, the homeless guy doesn't go anywhere near it. He just seems to move about the area, but he freaking scratched my arm here. Like, I don't know if yet he seemed to have a weird level of non-comprehension. We didn't exactly communicate with each other.
Man, I sure hope we didn't get some bad intel. If we end up raiding a Goodwill, I'm going to be pissed off.
well, let's get those grand slams from Denny's to go. I want to get over there. I don't like that Largo's sitting unprotected, so maybe we get over there, lickety split, and then hey, if he can see some people coming in, maybe he can radio down to some of us. We can tail them when they leave, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there were some delivery men who'd come and gone as well, but I don't know if they were just, for all we know, they could be some kind of service dropping something off and not involved. So yeah, but Denny's on me. You guys, you've probably noticed I'm still a little bit new to this. Have you ever dealt with Clarice before? Or is it normal to have dealt with a handler before?
Handler, yes. No, I haven't dealt with Clarice before, but that's not necessarily unusual.
Okay.
There's always a handler.
Yeah, I've dealt with 2 others now, but yeah, I wasn't sure if it. This is all seeming weird enough, and then again, I guess I'm starting to wonder if this whole thing might even be a con of some kind.
Well, if you think staking out an abandoned building's weird, you better buckle up, Lucid, because I bet you things are going to get a lot stranger before this whole thing's over.
Well,
Maybe we should bring that guy in.
I have
To
thought about shooting him in the kneecap then and there, but honestly, the first thing that just crossed my mind was getting the hell away from him before. But I'm sure we'll find him in the area.
You did the right thing, Lucid. If it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. Best to get out of there.
I am getting a bit worried about leaving Largo, but he knows what he's doing. More coffee?
Yeah, and then let's get over
Yeah.
there.
All right, Agent Largo. It's going to take them just a little bit time. You're watching. Probably see. I mean, there's regular traffic in front of the building as far as vehicles. I mean, that's a busy road. It's 4 lanes. It's near the airport. It's not a very active airport, but is a functioning airport. And there's quite a few cars going by. You do see the homeless man pushing his cart around, um, goes in front of it from your angle, disappears. Other than that, really, it's kind of quiet. You've got your binoculars. I don't know if you're looking for anything
Well,
particular.
I'm looking mainly to see if any activity occurs around that building. I mean, I know people are going to drive by,
Right.
but I'm looking for somebody to go up, go in, uh, or come out and go somewhere.
No, I mean, it's pretty quiet.
Do do I get the impression from the length of time that Loophole would have been here, that it's odd that there's only two entries? Maybe he sat here for a long time before anything happened.
Oh, quite possibly. I mean, surveillance is a lot of waiting.
Yeah, I would think though that if something were going on in that facility, there'd be a little more coming in and going out. I'm wondering if the boxes were supplies so that they don't have to come in and go out. Um, Three people went in, three people came out, but they came out way in the evening. So if they were just delivery people, why would they be there for 9 hours? And and then the two women and the children went inside and they were there for 3 hours before they came out with a bunch of garbage bags on the and the kid. Why is the kid there? That's really weird. If you were some evil subversive Majestic 12 agents, why would you have a little kid with you? That doesn't make any sense. Um,
I mean, maybe it's
so
incidental.
well, I'm starting to think along the lines also if we got the right spot, you know.
That, or maybe there's another entrance. They do own the whole neighborhood.
Since you're having
There
this
could be
conversation,
several.
I'm going to assume you've all come together. You're in the building
Yeah.
now, into that room.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
kind of have a soggy paper bag with a bit of lunch in it for Largo that I
Oh,
tossed to him.
oh, Subway sandwich. Excellent.
Yeah, there you go. We didn't forget you.
Turkey and
Anything to report?
avocado. Nothing. I mean, I'm really wondering. I'm kind of wondering if Loophole sat here for long enough that he decided to go somewhere else and do more investigation. Um, except that he left stuff here, which is really odd.
What did he leave?
Well, he left his notebook, left his binoculars.
Is there a sleeping bag too? I think.
yeah, he's been sleeping up here.
Yeah.
All the evidence of
I
that.
mean, he might be back tonight. He might maybe for the last few
Yeah.
days, nothing's happened and he's just been staring out. I mean, he's got to go somewhere to go to the bathroom. He's got to go somewhere to get some food.
If in a
You know,
panic he had to run, wouldn't he take his notes with him?
I think so.
Like
I'm not
they're
sure
not
that you
like
could.
Dakota.
I'm just not sure that you could panic and run up here because the only way down is the ladder. You
Yeah.
know.
Did you check the sleeping bag?
Yeah, we pretty much checked everything.
Yeah.
Unless
And
there's a
when
reason to double check it.
and when you guys got here, there wasn't anything that looked like a sign of a struggle or anything like that, right?
No,
Well, a
I
little bit
don't
of
see that.
debris, like just it was like an abandoned space.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
obviously filthy up here, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not filthy like it's never been occupied. I don't know. I'm
If they caught him up here, there's no reason why they would leave the notebook. It's not like the notebook was hard for us to find. So
if
if he was caught, then he was caught away from here, and they haven't found this hiding spot.
yeah, if they caught him up here, there'd be blood all over the place.
Have you
Is
looked
he
in the
not?
parking lot to see if there's any cars there that might be his? I know you've only
Well,
been here a couple hours, but
it's a small airport, isn't it? So there's going to be cars in the parking lot, but he wouldn't use his own car. I wouldn't know what his
Yeah,
own
I
car
don't
looked
think we'd be
like.
able to narrow it down.
well,
This
if we wait
building
long
is
enough,
abandoned, right?
Yeah,
and,
In
and I
my
mean,
mind,
even if there are people around, if we wait long enough, eventually they'll go home at the end of the day,
true. Yeah.
in
I
theory.
don't know, Handler. Is this place completely abandoned or just this building?
No, the this building is pretty much like some few private planes, smaller planes in it. It's an old building, but it does
There's
get a little
maintenance people.
traffic,
Yeah.
and
So it would
but
be
it's
impossible to
not
tell which
very.
car was his anyway.
Oh, and then
Um,
yes, you'll know that there's parking lots for the airport, and they could just be passengers that could be who knows
sure.
how
Okay.
long
All right.
they're gone
So
if he
the
chose
only
to.
thing I'm thinking is we have to see if we can find the ladies and the kid. Well, I don't know that we're going to find the ladies and the kid, but we got to find somebody coming out of that building and figure out where they're going because he says they
Yeah.
walked into the neighborhood. They came from the neighborhood and went back into the
And
neighborhood.
the ladies are pulling a wagon like a on wheels with a handle, like so it's got to be in walking distance.
Right.
It,
I mean,
this
we
homeless
could
guy
just,
that scratched you, I think we should pick him up.
he
oh yeah,
scratched you.
he's fucking scratched me. I thought it was a loophole, so I tried to make contact, and I just thought, okay, I'd innocently pass him a bottle of water, and he did that to me.
Well, make sure you don't get infected.
Yeah,
I'm not,
I sterilized it and cleaned it, but it got
uh,
puffy quick. I don't know if it was a sharp fingernail or what, but
Agent Griffin, what do we do if we pick him up?
Interrogate him.
And then what? Let him go? I mean,
But this is Delta
we don't have a
Green, isn't
jail.
it? I'm not suggesting we let anybody go.
Well, what if he's just some poor guy down on his luck?
Well, look, I mean, if you don't have the stomach for it, someone else can do it.
I don't know. It was weird because he didn't quite communicate with me, yet he didn't full out attack me either. It's not like he did that and then jumped at me or pulled a knife or something. He just wandered away after. And
Well, he
Well,
might have thought at first that you were going to attack him. Homeless people get attacked all the time.
yeah.
in
Did you
my
see?
mind, we have one lead.
Well, except for the ladies going in the neighborhood.
I don't know how we're going to find them. We might be able to get it out of this guy.
Do we
What
know where
if
that he goes? Have we tracked that?
He
we don't know.
seems to just wander about the neighborhood, but
I saw him wandering around. He just seemed to be randomly wandering. I mean, that's a lead if you want to follow that lead up. I'm thinking that neighborhood handler, what are the scope of the possibilities if that building is there and he said they went into the neighborhood? Can we assume that neighborhood?
Yeah, when I say
yeah,
neighborhood,
It's not like neighborhood everywhere.
yeah.
when I say neighborhood, well, one thing that this is interesting because if you've, I think I gave a map.
Yeah, there's kind of an older neighborhood right behind it that's a little run down.
And you don't go off the houses that kind of are silhouetted on that one map, but there's wide opening areas on the other side of Glenfield Street and Charlemagne that, especially north of Glenfield, that's a huge wide open area And then there's lots of homes through there, up Charlemagne. And this is where the ladies walked. They went up Charlemagne Street.
Okay,
Um,
so
but
if
there's
they
a
went
lot of
up
houses.
Charlemagne, we could do a little bit of surveillance, drive up and down. There's traffic,
Mhm.
so cars driving around don't make much difference. But
Heck,
there
even a
might
few of
be
us on
some
foot.
signs. Oh, I don't know about that.
No, a
It's
little too
probably
close.
heavily black neighborhoods, and we're all white people walking around. But the problem, what I'm thinking of is there might be some sort of sign. You might get in there and see, okay, that's obviously a family with a little, plastic swimming pool in the front yard and the kids playing in it. And that house over there is, got some kids on bicycles. But that
Yeah.
house over there,
The one with a kid floating in front of it. That could be.
floating in the air like Jesus. Um, no, but there might be something suspicious. You might go, how
Yeah.
does
What is it?
Good case.
that's an evil black van in front of that house, not a.
We could
It might
case
give
the
us some
neighborhood,
indication.
try to find the
Yeah.
homeless guy while we're at it.
Yeah. I was going to
The
throw out one last idea on the homeless guy, and that is what if he's a victim? What if there is something about just the proximity of this building in this neighborhood that could be affecting him or maybe even the other people as well?
Well, let's think
He's
about
gonna have a
Majestic
real
12 for
bad
a
day.
second. Let's think about uh, Majestic 12 for a moment. We're assuming that this is some sort of listening post.
Yeah.
It's probably not that they're cooking up some sort of evil virus to take over the human race or anything like that. It's not the kind of stuff that they usually do. Uh,
Yeah. Yet
they would
Clarice
be there
wanted us to wipe it
spying.
out.
I like your
Yeah.
strategic use of probably in that sentence.
Oh, I mean, you never know, but most likely it's a listening post. They're spying, which might also mean that it's not manned by more than two or three people.
well, then it
No, but it
sounds
might
like
have
We
might
can
have
also
good
try
security.
breaking in.
Graves, what was your thought?
well, it sounds like no matter how you want to skin this cat, it sounds like we've got only a handful of things we can really do here. We can have somebody set up monitoring, watching, see if we see the women, the kids, the delivery people go in. They can get somebody to tail them. We could case the neighborhood, see what we can see. Maybe we can find that homeless guy, and if nothing else, track his whereabouts, stuff like that. So if we do need to pick him up later, Griffin, we can do that with more ease. Um,
Wish there was a
so
way we could communicate with one another.
I was just thinking that too.
The only
So,
problem. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
You first, Graves.
Handler, when we looked at the joint and we noticed this building to begin with,
Mhm.
is this building visible from different parts of the neighborhood?
Yeah, yes and no. It's kind of overgrown um, towards the neighborhood. So it's at Glenfield Drive or Glenfield Avenue and Charlemagne Avenue. That back area is rather overgrown, trees and shrubbery. But yeah, you could see it from, those houses behind it.
All I was wondering is if somebody in this building that's observing could do a little flashlight Morse code or something like that out the window.
Not
know what I
without
mean?
a bunch of people seeing it, but
Well, light a lantern, one if by land, two if by sea, like that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
yes, just as you're observing basically this garage and the neighborhood, yeah, someone who knows that you're up here could see a light if need be.
we can do that. We could also do a relay. Um,
Yeah.
for instance, there's always one person not on.
Hmm.
I could stay here. One of you could go check out the neighborhood. One of you could, and then eventually one of you comes and relieves me, and I go relieve somebody else, and they go relieve the next person. and we share all the
Exactly.
information as we go.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, it's the best we got. We're not going to be doing anything sitting around here, so I think we got to get boots on the ground and get this job done. So sounds good.
Is there any way that we could anticipate one of these deliveries coming and stop their vehicle en route? I'd be curious to see what exactly is being delivered. I
Well,
guess
and along those lines too, if you look at the note from Wednesday that Loophole made, said ordering food around noon. That means that they called out for food and the food was delivered, or that's what I would imply from that. So if we could figure out where that potentially is, well, first off, it means that there's phone lines going into that building somehow. But if we can also figure out where that is, we could, in theory, intercept the food and take the place of the delivery driver. I mean, there's probably only so many places for food around here that'll deliver, but
yeah. You know what? I think what we're running into is that these are just different things to look out for while we're surveilling.
when do we have
Well,
to
let's
report back to Clarice?
I don't know, when we find out something or when we finish the job.
Well, we were meeting her.
Seven.
Was it a week
She
Yeah,
or
said 2
couple.
weeks.
2 weeks?
weeks.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got time. She knows that if, a surveillance job's going to take a wee bit, potentially.
Well, I've already been surveilling here. I think I would like to stay here and keep my eye on
Yeah.
that area for at least, I mean, I want to go see what time.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just afternoon right now. I mean, it's probably about
Right.
2-ish. So it's broad daylight.
If you start being able to notice patterns and predictable behavior, then
For all we know, somebody did come this morning before we arrived,
yeah.
and that they're going to be leaving around 5 or 3. So I want to see if that happens. And then the rest of you can figure out where you're going to go. And then I will go back to the hotel. I'd say by 6 o'clock, I'll be back at the hotel. And maybe we'll
Yeah.
switch. And
Tell you what, I'll be here at 5:45 to relieve you. Does that work?
okay.
Yep.
That works.
Yeah. In the meantime, maybe I'll kind of canvass the neighborhood in a vehicle.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Maybe we just do a
Yeah.
quick drive-by through the neighborhood and see if anything stands out.
And, Griffin, get that homeless guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the scratching thing. That does sound like something that a crazy person might do.
Well, if you approach him, be careful. If he's gonna take a swing at you or something, then
Well, I'm not going to do it alone, so maybe
Yeah,
the
come
three
with
of
us.
should
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
And don't take him out unless you actually think that he's involved in some way, because
I got a weird
he might
vibe
be
from him,
innocent.
man. He
We
might
don't
be,
just
but
murder people.
I don't know.
Well, that
If
would be
nothing
a
else,
lot
if we
of
could get-
cops in the
It's
area.
in your discretion. You do what you think you need to do.
I don't kill people for no reason.
Just
If we could just get him to
realize too that
talk.
if he is involved and you kill him, then very shortly they're going to know that he's not there anymore.
I am aware of that. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry if I seem rather anal in all of this. It's just I've
It's true. It would pass
lost a
along
number of
clue.
people.
Shit'll keep you alive, man. No apologies.
Paranoia is good.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Let's go have a look at this neighborhood and we'll see what we see.
Okay, so 3 of you are rolling out, or 4?
Yeah. We're not
Coming
sure
to
where you're coming to. Okay, sounds good. I wasn't gonna sure where Graves was in the meantime. Yeah. Well, take care, Largo. Keep your eyes open, man.
Genome, you're with them.
Yes.
Give me a luck roll.
No. And I rolled a 66.
Oh,
Okay. But you all can do alertness rolls as well.
Pass.
fail.
Okay.
Fail.
Pass. I passed.
Well, this is for the driver
sorry.
round. Yeah, Largo, you're gonna have a long few hours. You
That's
do
fine.
notice that you're driving through this neighborhood. Again, it's in poor condition. Most of these houses are boarded up, overgrown yards, a lot of empty lots through there. But as you get further up into, along Charlemagne, there's a handful of houses that start to get a little better looking and in better condition. Um, in fact, it's not too far, and you start to see a couple nice cars, maybe a Cadillac or two in garages. And again, houses that look well kept. There's only maybe about 6 of them like this, 5, 6 houses that are really stand out.
Are they old construction that have been around
Yeah, they're
for a
all
while?
this whole neighborhood strikes you as
Ancient, yeah.
50s, 1950s-ish, 60s construction.
So it's not like a transition from like one neighborhood to another. It's just like this little pocket of
Yeah,
nice houses. Okay.
this little pocket. Although as you get along Charlemagne even further, it does get increasingly better
Okay.
as you get away from the airport.
It looks like a couple people around here, at least, are a little more well off. You fellas noticed those houses we passed back there?
Yeah,
Are there
there's
cars parked in front of those houses?
There was
Cadillacs in the
cars,
garage.
and the
Yeah.
better ones are in the garage.
some-
There's cars parked and some abandoned cars along Charlemagne.
Any of them have government plates?
New.
What do you think? This our kind of thing, or
Suspicious.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything just seems like it could be incidental or it could matter. We'll just take note of it, I guess.
yeah?
You did not see the homeless man.
No.
Well, if that's it for the neighborhood, guys, I'm gonna get a big old thermos of coffee, and I guess I'll go relieve Largo here before 6 o'clock.
How late are you staying?
Maybe somebody come in and relieve me at midnight. Say we'll do 6-hour shifts. Run it that way.
I'll do that.
Great. Anybody have any night vision? Anything? Did we grab any of that? Was there any of that in the green box? Maybe snatched up? I didn't think so, but worth asking.
Unless you have it. Legitimately,
Cool.
yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
Nice.
You'll
Yeah,
find it,
maybe.
unfortunately, back at the hotel in my bag. But
Largo
you
has
probably
it.
know that.
Yeah, Largo's got a ton of stuff I've seen him use on other ops, so yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind if we had a look at that.
Yeah, I'll have him run it by or something like that later. So
He's a pretty nice guy once you get to know him. I know he seems a little intense at first, but it's kept us alive so far.
good
It's
to
probably
know.
kept me
Good to
alive
know.
so far.
Good to know. Well, hopefully we can keep that up.
You never know. This might be a cakewalk for what we're seeing right now. We go in, couple guys listen on long range radios for alien bleeps and take them out, plant a few
Pop, pop, pop.
explosives, and out we go.
Easy peasy.
Sounds good to me.
Fuck my
Right
wrist.
now, I'm just hoping it's not a complete fuck up.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, unless somebody wants to do something, we'll jump ahead to 6,
Yeah, trade off.
5:45, 6 as you're rolling in, Graves.
Yeah, I've got I got a huge one of those like metal like 80s work thermoses full of like
Nice.
black coffee. Yeah.
At
Largo,
3.
anything with the building? Anything coming, going?
Not a fucking thing.
The only thing that you would have saw Largo is maybe the homeless man once again.
Well, I think I saw the homeless man walking up the street. Um, he didn't stop or hesitate or anything. I think it's just on his meandering. He's probably just a nut.
Griffin thinks there's something up with him, and well, I'm not personally inclined to agree. I mean, it's one of the few leads we got, so we'll keep an eye out and see if we can figure out his comings and goings.
Anything in the neighborhoods?
Nothing. Few nice houses we passed seemed a little odd, but could just be a slate of people that are hit the jackpot or whatnot. So could be something, could be nothing. That's how it feels about everything in this shit show.
That's at least somewhat significant
Why is that?
because somebody might have a gardener, and that's kind of odd in this neighborhood, in that neighborhood. Somebody's keeping that place up nice. Now, it could just be a guy who does his own gardening, but why would he live in that neighborhood?
No idea. Tell you what, I'll take over here. Keep an eye out. Lucid said you might have some night vision gear. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, I do. It's back at the hotel.
If you want to run that by me, it's going to get dark here pretty, before my shift's over, and I'd like to be able to at least see what the hell's going on
All
down
right,
there.
all
So,
right.
all right.
Consider from now on, however, that that's not my gear. That's the gear that I carry with me, but it all goes in the garbage anyway at the end.
Fair point.
What's
Fair point.
$700 worth of gear?
Fair
All right,
point.
I'll come back. I'll come back in about half an hour.
Right. Now, just get with the binocs and settle in for 6 hours.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, he didn't say anything about anything happening at night, but
It's worth checking.
this might be a James Bondy sort of thing where the whole facility opens up and a big gigantic dish comes out.
Could you imagine?
That
Largo,
would be
you running
totally
back
awesome.
forth? Are you going back to the hotel and coming
I'm going to go
back?
back to the hotel and then come back here to give him the night vision goggles.
Okay. Yeah, are you going to stick around or just drop
No, I'm
those
going
off?
to go and come back and then go back again.
Okay. All right. So Braves, you're sitting there. Largo's left. It's 8 o'clock. How long are you going to stay?
6 to midnight. So
You got the
6
long-
hours of straight watching. Yeah.
All right. The biggest thing, two things happen. One is you do see the homeless man once. The other is about 8 o'clock. There's a old beat up car comes rolling in. It looks like a kid jumps out, young teenage boy jumps out. He's got a stack of pizzas, and you've got your binoculars and stuff. And it's still light. I mean, it's
Yeah.
summer, and there's some street lights and stuff around. But yeah, he's got at least these pizzas and another big bag on top of it. And the door facing Connor Street opens. You see a short woman, Caucasian, a white woman. You think she's got that reflection of glasses on. Give me an alertness roll as you're zeroing in.
Okay. Made it 52 under 60.
Yeah, you think you catch a probably a little girl behind her.
Okay. So in the building, Caucasian middle-aged woman, little girl behind her. They're receiving pizzas. I would like to note, if possible, is there a sign on the car? It's like Jimmy's Pizzeria or whatever.
Gus's
Yeah.
Pizza and Wings.
Gus's Pizzeria. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Shit. Okay, I'm jotting all of this down as I'm kind of.
Yeah, money's exchanged. pizzas are brought in, doors closed, the kid jumps in his beat up car and drives down the road.
Great. I make note of the time of the everything I saw there, and then I just continue the waiting until relief comes when I can disseminate this information.
Yeah, nothing else happens until, midnight. But there was four. At least four pizzas, you thought.
Larges,
Largest. Yeah, they were
Oh.
big. They were big
10
box.
slices apiece. Everybody has 2 slices. That's what is that? 8 people in there? Oh boy. Anyway,
Gotta find out what pizzas they were. That could tell us.
yeah, can I somehow do a psychology roll to see what the type of person would love a meat lover supreme pizza, what their whole deal is?
Do a whole
I
profile
will,
on them.
yeah, exactly. Criminal profile. I will wait until relieved.
Who is relieving you?
We had talked about Griffin, I think, had mentioned that he was interested, but I'm curious if I should stay too. I'm a little bit worried between midnight and 6 if we have just one person on.
Well,
I don't think
in
that's
the,
necessary. I
in
mean,
the
Okay.
interim
Ken.
of my being there and him being there, what are the other people doing? Weren't they going to go for the homeless guy?
Oh yeah, we kind of had talked.
we didn't see him when we drove around, so that was a bust.
But by the time Largo goes back to drop off the night vision goggles, I think by then Graves has spotted him again.
Yeah, you have spotted them, but it's
Oh.
still sunny out. I don't know if you want to do this
Yeah.
all day.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Maybe under the cover of darkness, maybe, yeah, as Griffin goes in, maybe Genome and I go looking for him. I don't know.
Well, who's
Yeah.
going to go relieve Agent Graves at midnight?
Griffin was, I think.
I do have to admit that my character has to get some sleep. I haven't slept in
You haven't slept.
36 hours.
I've done stakeouts before. My character is a federal agent, so I'm sure he's confident he can do it alone.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Very much. Do you need to roll for that, Largo, to go to sleep, or are you gonna
Um,
all out of yourself?
you know what? I'll probably lay there for an hour, and if I don't fall asleep, then I will drop myself.
Okay. All right.
So let's just say no.
Yeah.
No, I fall asleep this time.
No.
Exhaustion is taken
Yeah.
over.
It's been a long few days here. Okay, so who's Griffin's relieving,
Graves at midnight.
and
Yeah.
Genome and Lucid, are you hitting the neighborhood again?
What do you think? Do a little late night drive?
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea just to drive around, do some more recon. It would take a different car than we took last time.
Yeah, if you don't mind driving while there's still light, I just want to open up my bandage here and just have another look at the wrist.
Sure.
Give me a quick con roll. Lucid.
Yeah, you betcha. Here comes 50, and I'm a 64 over 50. So
Oh.
fail.
Yeah, it's red, and it's still
It's
kind
tender.
of itching a little bit. Yeah, it's that, it's kind of spread. That redness is kind of spread out a little wee bit.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay. It should be fine. I think my body's just trying to fight it right now, whatever it is. Dude must have had dirty hands or something. It really got something in me here. I clean it out. I think tonight after we're done, maybe I'll clean it out again before I hit the sack. But I'm just gonna redress this now, anyways. Is there any runoff or pus or anything like that, or just redness?
No pus right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't need to
It's
worry
tender.
too much. Yeah. Tender. Yeah. You can still use the hand.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No,
yeah.
yeah, no problems. And
Yeah.
this was probably your dominant hand that you passed.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Okay, yeah, I'll
yeah,
rewrap
you can
it
still
and
shoot a gun.
yeah,
All right, we'll go to Genome and Lucid then. Um, Genome rolled the last luck roll. How about Lucid? Do it.
oh, sure. And where's my there?
It's just
Okay.
50-50.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm like looking for a stat that doesn't
Yeah,
exist. I
nope.
got a
Yeah.
16. That's
Yeah, you do see the homeless guy walking through the neighborhood. He's over by he's not on Charlemagne, he's on the other street, Glenfield.
Genome. There he is. That's the
Do,
guy.
do we want to watch him? I don't think we should try to grab him. We're not really
Yeah, no.
prepared for that.
I don't think that's either of our specialty, but let's keep an eye on him and see where he goes. It doesn't look like he's setting up camp for the night yet, but
Yeah, I'll probably like slow down, park, up the road from him where we can still see him, see what he's doing. If he's just kind of standing there or if he's like constantly moving or anything like that.
He seems to be constantly moving. Pretty much every time you've seen him, he's doing something. So he's
A
going
little
through trash
odd.
cans right now. Um, he's got this cart he's pushing around. Every once in a while, I'll throw a can in or two. There's
and yeah, this is the
well,
opposite side from where I saw him earlier today.
yeah.
So yeah, different. So it's not like we have any idea of if he has a go-to base of operations himself.
I mean, we could, try to follow him for a little while, see if he goes anywhere.
Yeah. Even before, it took me a few tries to even get his attention. He was pretty out of it.
You just kind of watch him for a while. I don't know, maybe like 30, 45 minutes at least, and, see, what he's doing. Try to, still stay down the road from him,
Right,
so
right.
it's not too obvious. Turn off our lights if we need to, things like that.
Yeah, he seems to be wandering around. Just he doesn't go too far up Glenfield before he cuts across back towards Charlemagne, um, down a little alley.
Well, Lucid, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep following him, or, I mean,
You
could we do
know,
this all night?
we could be doing this all night. You know what? It might just be better to go back to the hotel and get some rest. I probably should treat this arm. My full med kit has antibiotics and a few other things, salves and stuff I can use. Um, I know that cuts your night short too, but maybe there's stuff. I don't know. We didn't get too far with the online searches.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the searches we did online, I don't know if we told you, but we, found the holding company of that the building, and when we
Building,
entered in
yeah.
the address, something happened to the computer. We had to shut it down. So, I mean, definitely points to, something funky going on.
Mhm.
Um, so
Do we start making preparations for a trip into the sewers?
I mean, let's wait and see what happens tomorrow. But I
Yeah.
think, I mean, I kind of feel like we might have to, at least to see if there's anything down there. Because I mean, we're not seeing anything else. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, Griffin or Graves, come up with something as well like, from their uh, from watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Griffin knows what he's doing. I do worry that we don't have any way of communicating if there is a danger, but I think we'll just have to trust his expertise. And yeah, if you don't mind the hotel, this thing's starting to get fucking itchy
Yeah.
again.
Okay. Yeah. We'll head back.
All right, transitioning to Griffin. Um, it's late. It's about probably 2 in the morning, 2-ish. You see a you see a black van with tinted windows, pull up to that little. There's a gate. There's an entrance into that parking lot that's attached to
Yeah.
the concrete building. Pulls right
Yeah.
up. You
I
see,
try to get a plate right away.
yeah, you got a plate number on it. You see somebody reach down. They're they're in a van, so they're kind of reaching down and fiddling with something. Maybe entering a code or something. You can't
Okay.
really see it great from your angle. The gate opens. Their lights start to turn on into the parking lot, but they're dim. They're not bright lights, dim lights. The van pulls in. It seems a smooth operation. They pull in. There's a garage door towards the back of that concrete building. They pull up next to the garage door. Couple people. Well, this is what you got. You've got two women and three men. You can tell that they're wearing these hazmat suits. These
Okay.
white suits.
With respirators?
No, they don't have respirators on.
Okay.
They're just in the white suits. They jump out. They unload. You start to see them unload what you clearly know as body bags. So one comes out. They go into the garage.
Okay.
A second body bag comes out, with two people carrying it, goes in the garage. People come out, a third body bag, and then a fourth body bag. All this time is an older man, short, thin, white man, probably in his 60s. You can tell he's standing there. He's got his little cap on, and he's smoking a cigarette. He doesn't have a hazmat suit on. He's just standing there in a nice little outfit, little jacket on. And he watches this. They close the garage door. The back of the door on the van closes. Everybody gets in, and it starts to pull out.
Okay. I will watch them leave if that's what they're doing.
Yeah, and then it goes up the road.
And
So
then
you do
I will start writing all of this down immediately.
Yeah, you have the license plate. It's a Michigan plate.
Okay. The details I can remember about the people, there
Right.
were 2 women, 3 men, as I recall. There was
Yeah.
four bodies. There was
Yeah. Yeah, the men and the people in the hazmat suit, it's really hard to tell. You could just tell that there was 2 women. I mean, they had the
Yeah.
curve.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you couldn't identify him again if you need to. You could probably pull that older man out though of a lineup if you saw him
Okay.
again.
Okay, good. Yeah, the smoking man.
Yeah.
All right.
You have enough experience. You got him. You got his number. So the rest of the night goes fairly quietly, other than you do see the homeless guy at least twice go in front of the facility. The
Okay,
building.
I'll note the times and
There's nothing regular. I mean, it's
Does-
not like every half an hour or an hour or anything like that. It's just
what does he do when he passes in front of the
he
facility?
is just pushing this cart. He doesn't even look at the concrete building or anything. He just kind of pushes the cart past it.
Okay. All right.
And that is it for that morning. A few cars are driving by, stuff like that. Normal traffic. Picks up around 6 as you're being relieved.
Okay. Yeah, who comes to relieve me again?
I will.
Yeah, they're asleep.
Okay. Then I will report everything that I saw.
Yeah, you know what? Lucid's up. He'll go along for the exchange. He won't stick around let Genome watch, but check in. Largo, you up? Yeah.
I'm starting to get up. Yeah, I don't sleep a long time, but I'm up early.
That's probably
Uh,
good for you not to oversleep. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to fall asleep again the next time.
yeah. So does Griffin enlighten us?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys everything I saw.
Weird bodies.
And I'm starting to think that
Oh.
this guy has no connection other than he's just a local. But he might have information. He might have seen things happen there.
You mean
We can
the
run down
homeless
those
guy?
plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll disseminate too. If we're all together, maybe we all went in the morning to see Griffin just so we can all discuss together. But I'll also say about Gus's Pizza. Maybe we could freaking send somebody undercover as a delivery driver or something like that. Like it's an angle.
Yeah, it's an angle. So I we've read and we've seen people going there and the same people coming out. But now we've seen that there are some people that are there and bodies are coming out and body
Well,
bags.
we know it's a
Where are
thing.
the
We're
bodies?
here for a reason then. Yeah.
Where are the bodies coming from? I mean, if they were doing
Mortuary.
experiments on people, we would see a lot more people going in, right? In this
Why would
case,
why would they have kids anywhere near where they're bringing bodies?
yeah, that's weird.
Oh God, guys, my fucking arm's even worse today.
Lucid,
Unless
you all
they're
right?
not kids.
Did you put some antibiotic on it?
I did. I even have a few pills I took last night for it, but it's worse today. It's bloody and pussy and full on infected. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't help. The guy was literally dipping his hands in trash before he scratched me, but yeah, I don't know. It's not going to be much longer before I actually have to go and get actual help here.
Cheatham, do you have any medical?
Are we all together?
Oh,
Because I relieved Griffin.
you
Yeah.
relieved.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, Lucid, you can give me you've got a medical. Give me one of your,
Yeah, I can.
not first aid. Give me the medicine.
Yeah. Medicine.
You don't want some
That's
horrible
good.
flesh-eating
26.
disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
No
doing
gosh.
what you're supposed to do. I mean, you can
Yeah.
maybe take some more powerful antibiotics and stuff, but it seems to be it's odd.
It's
You just
virulent.
can't shake it.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to
Eh,
go to the hospital.
Yeah. As I've heard, that's not a great idea. I'd rather
Well,
rep
you'd
with
have
it
to go
until.
three or four towns over to do it.
Yeah.
So ultimately, at the end of the day, Lucid, if you're good for another couple hours or something before you have to go in, I think the sun's getting low on this thing, right? We need to make a move and quick. We're just spinning. I feel like we're just spinning our wheels here.
Yeah. Well, we know there's
Well,
something going on.
we got a plate number. We could track that.
What if?
Good idea,
Yeah,
Griffin.
you feds have access to that, don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to make a call out and see if I can get a trace on that license plate.
So we made some crazy assumptions in the beginning that there's some sort of larger facility down below that little building. I wonder if Majestic 12 has had some sort of an accident and they have to get rid of the bodies.
But
And
then they'd be taking the
No.
bodies away, not delivering them too.
Clarice also mentioned
Wait.
that there's some Delta Green agents missing. So how do we know those aren't ours?
did you see them delivering body bags or taking them
Yeah, I think they
away?
were taking them in, he said.
Yeah, they were taking them from the van into the garage.
So the
Delivery.
bodies are staying on site.
I
Yeah.
misunderstood what you said in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah, the van showed up and they unloaded the bodies from the van and
Dropping
took
them
them
off there.
inside. Yeah.
Did which way were they coming from? I mean, there's a big
I don't
old
know.
cemetery right over here.
Well, I called a trace on the van, so maybe they have a business, maybe a crematorium or something. But at
You
any
get a
rate,
response just while you're doing this. You it is unregistered.
that's just great.
Did did they come from the direction of the cemetery?
No, they came north down Connor
And it was unmarked
and
black
then went
van,
back
right?
that same. Yeah, it's just another black van.
You said something about them sitting in front for a while before the door opened for them.
A little bit. It didn't last. I mean, it didn't take long. I mean, it
Yeah.
seemed like they knew what they're doing.
Yeah. Could they have a remote control or something? They hit a button and like a garage door opener, or is it more like they sent a symbol? I don't know, something that flagged it, and the people on the inside noticed them and opened
Well,
it.
they had to enter a code
Yeah.
to get into the parking lot.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
might have alerted somebody that they were there and they just had to wait for someone to come to the door. Which implies
thinking-
that there's, an extensive interior, maybe multiple levels that go down underground or something.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you
what we're
might have
fearing.
taken an elevator or had to, to get to the door.
I was wondering if there was an alternative entrance, but obviously they're not using an alternative entrance.
Well, what's the course of action here? See if the van comes again some other night and get one of us to tail it. Do we just knock on the front door, get in there? Do we get this homeless guy, interrogate him? What are we doing?
Well, I do think that tailing the van is a good idea.
So if they're coming in the middle of the night, then maybe tonight we have, in addition to the observer, we have somebody waiting down in a car. And if they come back, then we have them tail the van or whatever vehicle they're driving. And we see what we can get.
How long do we stay in surveillance mode? Or the point where the vehicle shows up and goes into the lot? Is that the point where we drive a vehicle right through the gate and
Yeah, our goal is to take
move in?
this thing down, not necessarily to understand what they're doing, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
our other option right now is a full-on frontal assault, and I don't want to have to pull the trigger on that until
Well,
Can't
it's
do
our
that
only
until we know
option.
what's inside.
Yeah.
What about a tracker of some sort? Can we put something together at Radio Shack that we could-
electronics have been tricky with them, though, remember?
No
Oh,
electronics.
Yeah. They've
we
been,
would know.
that's been a catch. I don't think we can survey forever without expecting at some point they become aware of us. At that point, then we are in just as much danger as Loophole was of going missing altogether. So there is an imperative that at some point we pull the trigger and escalate this into.
Yeah, but
Hey,
we can't do that too soon.
Guys, not
Go
to
in there,
interrupt,
there
but there goes the homeless guy again.
Oh, shit. What time to ask him some questions?
I say let's grab him.
Yeah, I'm watching. If he's walking past the building, then I'm going to, as I'm watching, specifically follow where he goes to see if
Oh.
just I can see where he's at.
Yeah, he just walks past it again.
Does he
Does
seem to be
he-
going in like a certain direction or a pattern that we've seen
pattern?
him go before?
The most you've seen is pattern. He'll come from the north or south, but he doesn't go much further than the two roads that flank it.
That's what too.
He does wander. Lucid encountered him much further away, and every once in a while you'll see him go past one of the roads, but he pretty much seems to be staying in that general area.
I'll start making
And
note of the times when he's passing things to see if if it's like every so many minutes or, anything like that.
yeah, it doesn't strike you as, he's doing it every hour, half an hour, two
Okay.
hours, but you do note, if you haven't realized, he hasn't slept
Yeah, he just keeps moving.
and he hasn't
Yeah.
stopped, as far as you know.
Okay.
You
Oh,
said that
Colin, I
he
think you're
smelled
muted.
really bad.
Yeah.
That's not that.
Yeah, he
That's not
stinks
that
to high
unusual,
hell.
but
I'd be worried if we try to grab him that we like put mitts on him or something like that, like pull something over his hands. Whatever he did to my arm, it's itchy as fuck.
When you say bad, he smelled bad. Did he smell like anything in particular?
Shit, garbage, refuse, bile, kind of a combination of things.
What do you say? Grab him, figure something out, throw a tarp over him, throw him in a trunk, get him out of here.
But where
Uh,
where are we gonna take him? Can't take him back to the hotel. Can't take him here.
Yeah, and we have to consider what Largo said is that this might be a flag to the facility. If we do something with him, if we interrupt his schedule, that might be the beginning of a timer ticking before they know we're in action.
are there any
right.
industrial buildings around here that we could use to interrogate him?
I think there were abandoned
Not,
houses.
yeah, there's plenty of abandoned houses. Nothing immediately comes to mind, but I'm sure you could find a proper place to interrogate anyone.
Detroit in the 90s, I'm sure that there's a couple abandoned buildings.
Well, then we just find the abandoned building first, then go get the guy and interrogate him, and then never go back there. Look, if honestly, if he's just a crazed homeless guy, and we interrogate him, then we'll get nothing out of him, and he'll just go back to being a crazed homeless guy.
Yeah. Not like anyone's
But
going to
if
believe
there's
anything he says.
but if there's something weird, like he's
I don't even know if he
got
can talk.
electronics in his, yeah,
We can hold him until we're done.
Yeah.
yeah, then we have to hold him. Then we have to.
It's
Do we
that
just-
or sorry, Gino, go for
Oh,
it.
go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's at this point it's that or we wait for the morgue van to show up or whatever it is, and then get in there and shut whatever it is down.
Or do the food angle.
Where the food angle's fine.
I mean,
I could
go on. Sorry, Largo.
just to say it could be tricky too because they might be ordering from the same place every night and have the same deliverer every night.
What does the food angle get us?
A look in the door.
That's it, though, right? We've seen who comes to the door.
Middle-aged lady, little girl behind her.
Right.
Wait,
So what else do
Wait,
we get?
wait, though. So when they delivered the pizzas, did they go into the gate to do that?
No,
No. Okay.
pulled up to the outside of the.
Or
You
to the
actually
street.
saw into the concrete building that there's a door right in along Connor's.
Worst case, that is a time when the building's open. I mean, I'm not saying we do this, but as an option, we could, get the car or be waiting for when it pulls up and then rush the door. Now, again, I'm not saying we do that because we don't know what's in there, but we know that that's a time of opportunity for us.
For the sake of our mission, I'd just as rather wait for the black van and we take them out of the action too.
I mean, going in the delivery door is going to find us going through less security than going through the front door in almost all cases.
How
We could also try the sewer angle again, as you suggested the first
Yeah.
time.
how big were the body bags? Were they normal people size, like adult size? I mean,
Yeah, they
With
were.
Okay.
bodies in them, it looked like.
Oh yeah, they were struggling to. It took two people.
Yeah, it's a hold them.
Excuse me.
You know, you could assault the car as it drives away with the body bags, or be
I mean,
easier to
I
assault the car.
I kind of
If
like
I-
the idea of tailing that car if we
Yeah.
can,
Well,
seeing
let's
where
cut
it
it.
goes.
Let's cut it
If
down
we
to that.
can, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I fear the longer we take and the more different angles we go, the greater the chances we get discovered. So if we aim for that, let's let the homeless guy go for now and focus on that as our angle, solve that, and then get ready to act, I think.
If we could get the code to the gate, that seems to have summoned someone to the door. So that implies that we could just hit the code, someone would open the door, and we would have our in, and we could go through the back.
Well, is there a way we can get into a surveillance position where we can see which buttons they hit? I mean, we could dress all in black, hide in the shadows with
We might be able to find evidence on the buttons themselves too. So if there's only 4 buttons, for example, there might be four that look, different from the others, and then there's a certain number of combinations, right?
We also wonder if they make noise when you hit them. You know how a lot of the
Like a
buttons
phone.
go "Meep, burp, burp, burp," right? We could get one of those. Oh,
Yeah.
it's electronic, damn it.
Yeah,
But you know what? That kind of electronic might be okay. It's not like it's transmitting a signal or anything.
Could use a tape
I mean,
recorder.
surely every car driving up and down the street has a radio.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
just
think we're not
communication.
using electronics because they're not working. I thought we were not using communication equipment and electronics because
it couldn't be
they
Try to
should be
intercept.
monitoring it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We just don't want communication equipment.
What ultimately is our mission? What is the
To
bottom
destroy
line?
the facility.
All right.
To
I say
destroy
we
the
wait
facility
till the
if it is a facility.
Oh, those bodies going in, and we know it's something now. We know it's something. It's got to be something, right?
the glitchy website when we looked it up. I mean,
So Graves, are you suggesting we just assault the place once the delivery doors open?
I'm saying the moment the delivery doors open, how many delivery workers were there you saw? 4, Griffin?
Yeah, 5.
5?
For the van or the pizzas?
There were 5 people in the van. There was only 1 delivery person for the pizzas.
Yeah, we either wait for the pizzas to show up and then walk in when the front door opens. We wait for the van to show up and then we go in guns blazing potentially as soon as the delivery opens. But at the end of the day, I think Lucid, you're right. The longer we take with this, we're going to get discovered eventually. So let's get
So
this job done.
here's my only concern with that.
Mhm.
We know that they have outside help. Whoever's delivering whoever's in the van.
Yeah.
Right.
They probably have, not probably, they almost definitely have a way to communicate with them. I don't want to assault the building and then, 5
Have them
minutes
show up behind
later,
us.
yeah,
Yeah.
there we get
Pinned in
flanked.
on you. Yeah.
Right.
So we catch that group by surprise when they come up, take them out, then go into the building.
Or, we follow them again,
Yeah. Yeah.
get a little bit more intelligence to find out, who they are exactly.
I think we need to know where they're going.
All right. Well, then let's
Let's do that. Yeah.
let's
Let's
follow
focus
the
on that.
van.
The only thing
Handler
I'll add
problem.
to this, Griffin, you're experienced enough. The van that pulled in, and knowing that it's unregistered and all that, seems like a cleaner. It seems like somebody, and you may already know this, but it seems like this looked like a professional job. And every once in a while, hits are made and the bodies have to be disposed of. And that looked very much like one of those disposals that you may have ordered. Largo, you may have ordered. All of you may have ordered at one point. Clean up the
Cleanup
mess.
crew.
Yep, that's what it looked like.
Except they were taking the bodies in.
Yeah, maybe for
They weren't taking the
disposal.
bodies out.
Also means they're not likely to come back a second time. It's not like
I guess that would make sense too, because didn't Loophole's note say that it was a white van and we saw a black van? Or you saw a black
Yeah.
van?
Clearly two different bands.
Shit,
So
for all
are
we
we-
know,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say for all we know, Loophole was in one of those bags.
Yeah.
Well, you keep saying things that we have no idea. Let's hope that Loophole's not dead. We could all be in one of those bags.
Oh.
I'm thinking, okay, I keep trying to reason what's going on here. If they're bringing bodies here and getting rid and using this place to get rid of them, maybe this is and you said a black van and a white van. Maybe there's a central hub. This is like their disposal unit where they're getting rid of their other operations problems,
Mhm. This is the
But
disposal
to believe
facility.
we were to believe this was a communications outpost.
I mean, why do they
So-
need a radar antenna for a disposal facility?
Unless they're doing some sort of weird experiments down there on the bodies. They need bodies to play around with. Agent Griffin, you said you've had experience with the Greys.
I've met with them, yes.
Well, this is Majestic 12.
I wouldn't. It's not outside of imagination for sure. But
Maybe the Greys have moved beyond the probing stage.
quite possibly, they have technology that we don't even begin to understand. But I think what I'd like to do is there a better vantage point or something, some way we could see the code when it was typed in by the next visiting vehicle?
Not really. I mean, the rest, if you go further up, it's all parking lot and a big open field. This is the highest building out there, other than more active buildings in the airport itself.
We get a more powerful scope.
Would that help? Would it be possible to get like an ultra powerful digital scope and
I don't know.
Possibly, you never got a good look at the keypad itself. And is it encased? Is it, you've got a vehicle
Right.
here and a keypad here. So your vantage point is
Yeah.
blocked by the vehicle itself.
The biggest danger here too is that if these vehicle drops aren't regular, then we could be waiting days before it shows up again.
Good point.
I don't like the way that hand's looking, Lucid.
Yeah, I know.
Let's chop it
Gonna have
off.
to- Let's try. Yeah.
Or if it's bad, yeah. Before it turns on you.
yeah, you should take that to a doctor.
Yeah, the antibiotics seem to help.
I'm not in favor of rushing anything. Yeah, there's a chance they'll notice us, but we really we can't just go in blind. If we go in blind, there might be 50 men inside there with machine guns that'll just mow us down, and then they add our bodies to their body collection, and somebody's got to survive to tell Delta Green what the hell's going on, even if everybody else gets killed.
Well, and
I'd rather that be Lucid.
Well, thank you.
Remember that there's also children in there that we saw.
Or were they? Were they maybe little people?
All right. I mean,
Either way, I don't know if there's any other way to find out other than going in at this point. We could be sitting here for days, weeks, months. Who
Yeah, and there'd still
knows?
be 50 people waiting inside. One way.
Exactly. All right.
But
I'm just going to throw it out there. We go to Gus's Pizzeria. We wait for a call to come when they're delivering pizzas to the place. We intercept the car. Somebody gets in Gus's outfit. They're the new driver. Doors open. Maybe they got to use a bathroom inside, begging, pleading. Maybe we all just rush in from a side. We got to do something here. So.
I would just say that you won't know if they get a phone call. You wouldn't know where they're
Well,
delivering to.
we don't have to go there. We can just get somebody right down the street from where Gus's is, and he's going to be coming down this road right about noon.
stop the car,
Sorry.
flash a badge.
What is
Yeah.
our expected timeline here? We've been doing this for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got.
we only
Are
been
we,
here.
ex-
Yeah,
are we
only
expected
been
to
here a few
show
days.
results within 2 or 3 days, or are we expected to show them within 2 or 3 weeks? Because
2
we have a few
weeks.
days.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any kind of rush. If there's a rush, then we're going to make
We die,
mistakes.
yeah.
We're going to alert them to our. I mean, if they figure out that we're watching them, they could move their whole operation overnight, and we'll never
Yeah.
find them again.
I think I'm with Largo. I think we should be patient and just
Careful.
wait this one out.
Careful.
Then what's the game plan then?
We just watch.
I feel like
Set up 4 hour shifts, 2 people here at any given time. People coming in to
Yeah.
relieve them. I mean, we'll
Yeah,
just
and I'm-
watch and observe.
I'd really
think
like
that
to
we
have a
need to
talk with
park
this
the
homeless guy.
car.
But
as much as I hate to say it, I'm starting to agree with Griffin a little bit more. You know, the guy's definitely acting suspicious. We haven't seen him stop. He hasn't slept. I have to feel like it's connected somehow. Or the people in the neighborhood behind them. We still don't know who that is.
Why don't we? This can sound risky, but maybe not risky. Why don't we get burner phones so that we can communicate with one another and just communicate with one another in complete code, my teenage girl is not, doing very well. And Bobby, are you coming over for the football game? Just stuff that any of these other people might be talking about. Only we agree ahead of time that coming over for the football game means follow that vehicle.
I mean, we do need to communicate somehow.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that's no problem. It's Sunday. Yeah, some of the
I
shops
throw a
open.
trash can through a Verizon store window. Just get in, start taking stuff.
Yeah, but you gotta have them programmed for.
I don't know how cell phones work. It's 1998.
Flip phones for everyone.
Yeah, there's burner phones, right? In this time?
I'm sure that there were something.
I don't remember. I never bought one, so
Yeah, there's no smartphones, but there's definitely cell phones that you can buy. I remember being in the mall around then and seeing the stands where you could just go up and get them.
yeah. No, you
Okay,
can do
phones.
that and have a prearranged code.
Yeah.
How long are you going to wait? Or how many days are you going to wait?
Well, we're hoping that we don't have
I
to wait
can-
more than just a few hours before something again happens.
The only thing you see is within those hours is the homeless guy kind of wandering around.
He's
Yeah,
not
enough.
stopping. Maybe we do need to get him. Let's find an abandoned house.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it then. 'Cause I've got a few fucking questions for my arms fucking itching again.
Should you maybe go to the ER?
Yeah. I suppose I could drive out. If you guys want to take care of him, just don't let him get in scratching distance.
Well, let me take him. I'll take him to the clinic, and then you guys find an abandoned house that we can use. Pretend to be real estate agents or something. Then Operation Homeless, beat up the homeless guy. Will
You can easily find something quiet, not too far away, um, in a really poor neighborhood, that's in bad shape. You can have that set up. So this is going to take pretty much Sunday. Who's
Yeah.
staying to watch? Um,
I'm taking Lucid.
yeah,
Yeah. I'll leave
L is
and
leaving.
G'll stay. Yeah. Good luck, you guys.
So are we all three staying, or is one person staying and then the other two going to find an abandoned place?
I think if we're on 4-hour shifts, then it'll be all three of
Yeah,
us.
I was gonna say I'll stay if you guys want to grab an abandoned house. That shouldn't take too
Just
long.
find something. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep with G Cell. There's three of you. You're taking 4-hour shifts. Griffin, give me a alertness roll.
I rolled a 58 and my alertness is 50, so that's a fail.
Okay. You see the homeless man again walking by. Other than that, Sunday's going to be pretty dull.
Okay.
Largo and Lucid. Lucid, just give me one more con
One
check.
more. Okay.
Don't fail a third one.
Okay. Here
But
it
you're at
goes.
-20.
You know what? I did great. I got a 10.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pump you full of, antibiotics and say ask you what the hell scratched you. And
All rusty metal, kind of frayed garbage can back at home. I just had been sitting out and got dirty. I was worried it was some, maybe it might bug you for a tetanus shot even.
yeah, they're definitely giving you a tetanus shot on that. So that's going to be, I'm sure you drove out of Detroit a
Yeah.
bit, found something, maybe back in Toledo or something. I don't know. Um, you got a clinic.
Couple of hours back.
And then Sunday is even through the night. Nothing happens. Other than you'll see the homeless man walking by.
Lucid, as we're going back, you know what? We need to check. Oh God, we can't. You know what? Before we leave Toledo, let's go to a internet cafe and do some checking. I'm wondering if these dates are significant in any way. Like, is there a comet going by or a alignment of planets or something going on?
Yeah. There's something.
What
Yeah.
phase of the moon it is? Do
Any
we
kind of
find anything
coincidence.
interesting? Yeah.
I have seen while I've been in this Delta Green thing with you, I've seen weird things, but to even hear that aliens exist and are the Greys, I can't
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
the things Griffin's seen.
Well, it's one of the big reasons why Delta Green and Majestic 12 split. Uh,
Is there such things as cosmic significance that Mercury in retrograde could make for?
to be honest, I'm more thinking in terms of Delta Green. We deal in weird cosmic events and extra dimensional entities and bullshit like that. But I don't know.
Let's
It's just old habits, making sure, it's
yeah, let's check it out.
because they're not getting people every day. They're getting people on certain days, as
How
far as I
big
know.
do you think Majestic 12 is?
It's hard to say. They've been
Would they
they've
be
been
recruiting
broken away from us since the 1960s.
That's just
There was a big old problem with them, I think, in the 1980s. I don't know all the information because they don't tell me everything either.
yeah.
How's
Yeah,
that feel? How's that hand feel?
it's better. It's something, but that could just be the painkillers talking.
Did they do a culture? Did they see what it was? Or
I think they took a sample, but unless
Unless you're going to stick around.
Roberto Johnson ever shows up there again, I'm not gonna hear about it again.
Well, if you turn into a fucking zombie,
Then you send me in first. I'll create some confusion and you guys come in behind me.
well, just gonna ask you how you want me to put you down. Like,
All right.
we drive back.
You're back. You're all together. Except somebody's, it's Sunday. Well, let's go Monday. Let's go all the way
Yeah.
to Monday morning. Breakfast. Who is watching? You have your cell phones. So who's not there?
I'm probably watching again. By the way, did we find anything unusual in
No,
the
nothing
star
pops up.
charts? Yeah.
You can search it, but nothing strikes.
It's not H.P. Lovecraft's birthday or
Not that the handler knows, so nothing pops up.
It's 2 months away. All right. So I'm watching again.
So while Logro's watching, do we want to go find an abandoned building and
Let's do this.
Yeah. Let's get a tarp and some rope and some ski masks and just freaking get this guy and take him to our interrogation area.
Largo, since you're watching, give me a alertness at -20 as well.
At -20.
Yeah.
No, I got an 80. I don't see anything.
Okay. The rest of you've got your tarps. You can find a place. You found a home, a house. Kind
Get
of
some zip ties.
You get all the standard zip ties, tarps,
Car battery.
do we
murder
have
room, duct tape, all that stuff.
do we have a car big enough for all four of us plus him? Should we go rent a van or something?
Yeah.
Or two of you can be there ready.
Probably.
Others.
That's true.
All right. Should we try to talk to him just before we abduct him, or should we just straight abduct this guy?
Well, you know what? My previous engagement with him, I handed him the bottle and he reached out to take it and scratched my hand, but didn't jump at me, didn't say anything, didn't really communicate. I felt a little bit ill at the time he did it, but I couldn't notice much more than that. So I'd be tempted to
as little public interaction as possible, so nobody notices.
I'm guessing he's not going to be moving too fast if he tries to run. I'm pretty sure that we could all catch him, but he might need help.
All right. I'm going to go up, I'll go up to the homeless guy. I'll try to engage. Hey, mister. Hey, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah.
Let's set this scene then, because
Maybe we'll try to flank as you're doing that.
Yeah, I need to know exactly where everybody's at and what time of day. We're on Monday. You have pretty much all day. Grabbing the stuff isn't no big deal. So let's say it's past noon.
Yeah.
When do you want to grab this guy?
Nighttime, something like that, where there's not a lot of people out and about.
Nighttime.
Yeah, give me what time? 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning?
2:30.
2:30.
2:30.
Yeah. I'd be tempted to drug him, except if we do that, then we're not going to get many answers out of him until he wakes up. And I think we would want to get him talking as quick as possible, just in case, again, if there is some psychic connection to the building or something like that. If hopefully we'll confirm that this isn't setting a ticker in process, but just in case it does, this could be where things move into high gear.
Yeah,
Right,
get
so
ready.
if we're going to do it at night, it sounds like everybody's had a chance to, watch this guy. Except for Largo, he already got a roll for you. The rest of you, do me an alertness roll at -20 if anybody catches this.
When you say -20, is that from we
Your
subtract it from our
percentage.
roll or
Yeah,
from the stat?
yeah. Subtract it from your roll.
Okay.
Oh, then
So it makes
success.
it easier for us, right?
Then yes, then I made it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. 10 on the dot.
Can that make it critical? Because that took my 86 to a 66.
Oh,
Or
it's double.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
76 to 56. Sorry.
Oh, and
Oh,
if it's 56, no.
you don't want to lose
Oh,
that.
then yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Either way,
you're correct.
all those who passed has clocked that you're pretty sure it's not the same guy that you've seen. Slightly, slight differences in body type. He's not the same person that you've seen before.
Holy shit, that's a trip. Okay.
All right, so now there's a different homeless guy that's still making the same rounds, right?
He's got the same clothes, pretty much. He's got the same cart.
Shit, you guys, this is connected.
Yeah, I mean, this is all the proof I need. Something weird's going on. Let's nab him, see what he knows. Let's get the show on the road.
All right, then who is watching the building? We're hitting them at 2:30,
Yeah, Largo's on watch.
so it's nighttime. Before we think about your grabbing this guy, we'll go to Largo quickly. As the rest of the group is prepping. Largo, you're watching. A sedan, four-door Dodge sedan pulls up to the gate. One probably it looks like an African American man in his early 20s reaches out or comes out the window of the Dodge, and he seems to be yelling at something. He's
What do you
right
mean
at
he
the gate.
comes out the window?
He's leaning out the window, yelling. You can see his hands up. He's a scrawny guy. He's leaning out there and he's yelling, making these gestures.
Okay.
He's talking to
Well,
something.
Must
He
be an
doesn't know
intercom.
He doesn't know the code or something. I'm going to immediately call it's Agent Griffin. Hey Mikey, do you know where John is? He's been driving around in my sedan. It's a four-door sedan, you know the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a young, maybe 20-year-old black guy. Seems to be upset about the turn of events with his girlfriend. He's last I saw, he was yelling at her like he couldn't remember her birthday.
There's probably 3 men in that car as you're watching.
He is with his two friends.
As you're having this conversation, you see him. He comes back into the sedan. The gate rolls up and it pulls in. The lights kind of come on low, and they pull up back to the garage.
Same as before, at the at the carport. Or
So if the rest of us are prepping in a vehicle, I will suggest that we drive to within sight of the entrance and we get ready to follow this car when they leave.
Yeah. So Largo, you've got the best vantage. They pull up to the garage. Three of the men jump out. They pop open the trunk. They pull a guy out, clearly dead. Drag his body into that garage. They spend a few minutes in the garage. Um, the rest of the team is pulling up down a Connor Road. Uh, they come out, they're joking, they're laughing, they're pushing each other around, and they jump in the car and start to drive away. You do have their license plate, Largo.
Okay. And I'm giving them a step by step so that they can time their uh, interaction.
Yeah, you see the lights of the sedan pull out. They go towards you. They're going south down Connor Street as you're coming up Connor Street.
You're going to
So
need to make a ute, I say.
you all catch, there's three guys. There's some smoke coming from the car. They're smoking something in there. And you can hear the loud music playing as you pass them. Um, they seem to be having a good time. Oh,
Yeah,
and
those are
you see the homeless guy walking up the street.
shit. There are targets over there. These guys aren't secret agents. They're just, I mean, they're dropping a body off, but they're hardly incognito.
Yeah. Probably a bunch of gangbangers just dropping off some kind of corpse or a hit or something like that. I think this place is a some sort of, at least on the front end, the quote unquote public is some sort of disposal facility for
All
like
right, well,
criminals and stuff like that, you know?
all right, quick. Are we going after the homeless guy or are we tailing these guys?
Yeah, you have to
I
make the decision as you're driving.
I'm
Whoever's
tailing the
driving.
car. Tailing the car.
Okay.
Hail them. Find out where they're going. Find out where they came from.
All right, let's tail them.
If it is gang related, then we can interrogate members of the gang tomorrow.
All right, who's driving?
That'd probably be me. I have a pretty good drive score.
Yeah. Just give me a drive real quick.
60 over 50. That's a fail.
Oh yeah, and they rolled a crit success.
Oh, damn it.
You don't know
Okay.
you don't know how you lost them. They don't even seem to be paying attention to you. But in the confusion in the traffic, they pulled in some back street. Yeah, you lost them.
Okay.
It's dark. You're unfamiliar with these streets.
I say we don't get hung up on that. Let's let them go. Let them go. I don't think they're the fish we're after. I think they're just incidentals. These people put out some kind of word in the underworld that they're taking bodies, and these guys are just some other group that are just taking advantage of that and making a drop off. I think seeing that we saw that the homeless guy is a different person this time, I think we got to act on that now while we can. I think we could keep seeing different vehicles show up, drop. I think this is bring your unwanted bodies for disposal, and what the hell Majestic 12 wants with them, I can't even begin to guess, but I don't think they're the lead we're after anyway. I think we go back and they'd be curious if we've used it too.
Okay.
I wonder if a parabolic listening antenna might help. The next time somebody pulls up and they have a conversation, you might be able
That's
to
what I
hear it.
mentioned before.
Yeah, Largo was thinking of that. The thing is that, yeah, we thought before there was a code that was, but this guy, from what Largo was saying, he was just leaning out the window and yelling. I think that tells better than anything that this is just different groups of people showing up who may or may not know the full plan, but they know this is the place to come to do this. Let's follow up with the homeless guy. I think we should do that tonight so we have something to move forward on. This, don't get me wrong, this is knowledge, but I wouldn't worry about those guys. I think we'll keep seeing drop-offs happen.
How do we take him?
I think I think Graves has got that.
Yeah. Drop me off maybe a block away. I'm going to distract him, see if I can chat with him, see if he'll answer anything or speak to me. If he even tries to get close, that's when you guys pull up, throw the
We jump
tarp
around the
over
other
him,
side, yeah.
knock him out, throw him in.
I think maybe you should carry a taser with you.
Way ahead of you, and I pull out two tasers that I spin like a gunslinger.
Nicely done.
Yep.
All right. All right. So when we see you tase the guy, we're going to come roaring up and we'll just pull him in and we'll take him to our spot.
Let's get this done quick and quiet.
Okay, so you're waiting him. You wait until he's off of Connor Street. That seems to be the main drag. Does it matter which road that you want? Either one of the side roads?
Probably one of the side roads, like you said, like Glenfield, and the other
Yeah.
side of Charlemagne was Fields. Probably Glenfield, right when he's near one of the fields, because there's probably gonna be less light there. No,
Yeah, there's some dark
Shadowy.
areas through the Glenfield. So yeah, you're rolling up Glenfield. Okay. I'll shut up. I want to hear exactly where your car is and then where Graves is.
So we'll be like a block away, kind of like around just around a corner so that we can kind of see down the block, but we'll be ready to, zoom out of position and then zoom up to him. So it'll be a quick turn around a corner and then down the block, and then we'll be where Agent Graves is meeting them with the homeless guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Unless anybody has a better.
All right, Graves.
Yeah, I'm walking down the street, like hands in my pockets or whatever, looking around, and when I spot him, I'll be like, "Hey, buddy, hey, can you give me a hand? I'm lost, man. I'm looking. I heard there was a Denny's around here somewhere. I'm looking for that. Do you know where the Denny's is?
He doesn't say a word. Keeps pushing it up, pushing his cart up Glenfield.
Hey, buddy, you hear me? You hear me? Does he even like make a motion that he's
Doesn't seem to he's pushing that cart up Glenfield. You're getting
I'm gonna
further
pick up
further up.
a rock and throw it at him. Like not hard, but like attention getting, if that makes sense.
Attention.
Yeah, I mean, you hit him. He stops. He turns in your direction.
Hey, buddy.
You hear a low growl.
Growl. I go, hey, do you know where the Denny's is? And I pull out my taser and I shoot him like
Give me alertness
With-
before you do that.
Oh, no, thank you. That is a 96 over 60. That's bad.
Okay, you pull out the taser, you try to shoot at him. The only thing I'm going to say, he's got these blankets and these oversized clothes.
Mhm.
You're going to have to really hit a good spot, and he's to
Protected.
yeah.
Yeah, to get the
It
turn.
seems like Graves, you're a detective. You've used tasers before. You know how people get, out of tasers, basically, or whether they're ineffective. Loose clothing, heavy clothing, if they don't make contact with the skin, or
Yeah.
they don't
Yep.
work.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah.
What do you
sure.
want? What kind of role is that you're looking for?
Give me your firearms since you're
Firearms. Okay. Even roll. And I got a 17 under 50. So success.
all right. So yeah, I mean the taser hits him. Oh yeah, he all right. So pushing this cart. It's dark. It's very dark down this street. You you thought you heard a dog growl. Um, you hit him with this taser. You got a good shot. It's a good hit. It goes off. He he's been hunched over. He kind of stands up. He's 6 foot, over 6 foot when he stands up and turns towards you. Um, he is just growling, and the little look on his face is no longer human, more canine-ish
Uh-oh.
looking, and then
Uh,
right off to the side in the one of the abandoned houses there, you definitely hear some more growling as you
oh,
find yourself
shit.
feeling surrounded right now and no way of contacting the group as you catch out your periphery something very large lunging towards you. And the
Oh,
man that you
shit.
just shot kind of just laughs that taser off and is starting to come towards you. And we'll end it right there.
Oh, shit.
We're not
Uh-oh.
far. We're not far. We'll be there. We'll slam on the gas and drive directly, crash straight into it.
Oh, boy.
You're muted, Thom.
Our players included Stefan Amshi, Colin Richards, Tyler Hudak, Mike McKinn, and myself with Thomas Grooms as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you would like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.